Hello friends, and welcome to the Hanged Man in the Moon. Guess what? You've got mail. Okay, I've got mail. Can you guess the country that this is from? I'll give you 3 guesses. First guess is, I don't think so. Second guess is, no, not there either. Third guess, oh, it's too bad. This is from Chile. This is from Chile in South America. Odd place to expect a deck to be coming from, isn't it? Well, this is going to be a beautiful deck, and this is probably going to be a short video. So, if you are interested in seeing a Tarot de Marseille or Tarot de Marseille deck from South America, from Chile, then stay tuned and I'll turn the camera down and we'll take a look next to the CBD tarot. We'll do a side-by-side, briefly. So as I said, we're going to be doing a side-by-side of this new deck that I just received and the CBD Tarot de Marseille. Now this CBD Tarot de Marseille by Dr. Yoav Ben-Dov is a reproduction, a redrawing and recoloring of the Nicholas Conver deck from 1760. The redrawing was done in 2010 and it's a fairly accurate looking reproduction. I mean, there are interpretations, of course, but this is a very good comparison deck, I believe. So we're going to be comparing this with this one from Chile. Let me get rid of this box and let me open up this box. I have not looked at this yet. I don't know exactly what's inside, and I don't know what the packaging is going to be like either. So please bear with me for just a moment. If this looks like it's going to be taking too long, I'm going to stop the video and finish opening the box. That's what I'll do. Let me finish opening this box. Just a moment. So inside of this box was this packaging, which I have just opened enough so that I can reach in my hand. I haven't looked inside yet. It's a little bit sticky still. Inside this packaging is, the deck. Now you can see that this is a majors only deck, this is my first majors only deck, just to let you know. It's small, not only small sidewise, but also small size-wise. The Yoav Ben-Dov deck, let me take out the majors only for the Yoav Ben-Dov CBD Tarot de Marseille. You can see is a much larger cardstock. So this is small, but it's beautifully packaged. The paper band around here is very nice. You can see the traditional paper wrapping for Tarot de Marseille. Tarot de Marseille decks are traditionally not in boxes, but are paper wrapped. And so opening it should be easy. Okay, Tarot, Octavio A. Perez, and Pablo A. Robledo. Okay, so this is a Robledo deck, not a Conver deck. So the comparison is not going to be exact. I do not have a Robledo deck here. I've got a Dodal and I've got my Conver here, but no Robledo. I'm very sorry. So we're going to be comparing a Conver and a Robledo, just so that you know. Let's see. Okay, opening the packaging. Another band inside. Now, actually, you know what? I thought this was going to be a full deck. When I say full deck, I mean a full deck of 78 cards. This is a full majors only deck, I believe. But because I saw, for example, this ace here, I thought that this was going to be a full deck of 78. Now I think the ace, yes, we have the ace of All of this Rider-Waite-Smith is just pouring out of my mouth. The Ace of Coins, the Ace of Discs. We also have, okay, well, let me show you that side by side. So in the Conver deck, we have this drawing. So similar, but the coloration is very different, of course. And for the Ace of Wands, okay, I guess this whole thing is upside down. The Ace of Wands, let me find that puppy for us. The Ace of Wands. Where is my Ace of Wands? My deck is now getting out of order. Here's my swords. Here's my cup. And where is my wand puppy? Okay, let's see. My wand puppy is right. Here we go. Okay, so Ace of Wands. Now, notice this. Or baton. Do you see this purple here? Actually, it was this purple that made me want to get this deck. I love that. Purple is my favorite color. Let me just tell you that right off the bat. Purple is my favorite color, and this shade of purple is also probably my favorite of the purples. This has nothing to do with it. This is a band that I get at school every time I come to work. After I get my temperature checked, I get a little paper band to say that I don't have a fever because of you know what. Hello, COVID. So the wands, then we have the cups. Let me pull out the cup. Yes, it's a much darker coloring of this deck, isn't it? But beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And here we have the swords, the Ace of Swords. Ta-da! Now, you'll also see that the image is a little bit cut off compared to this deck here of Yoav Bendov. But beautiful, beautiful coloration. We see the thumb here, which is a Dodal touch, I believe. Okay, so that's it with the aces. And the rest should be the deck. So this is, okay, this is number 25 of 50. It looks like there aren't many of these decks in the world. So I'm going to put information where you can contact this creator if you want to get one of his decks. He says they're still for sale. And so if you'd like a majors only deck, there will be, again, information how to contact this creator. And so El Tarot Rolichon, versión pseudo-historical. Esto es, trata de los 22 triunfos de Tarot de Nicolas Rolichon, el Tarot de Marseille, más antiguo conducido hasta ahora. So this is the 22 triumphs or majors of the Nicolas Rolichon. Okay, I don't know Rolichon, which is the oldest Tarot de Marseille up to now. La familia Rolichon fabricó cartas en la ciudad de Lyon desde 1500. I'm sorry, my Italian is coming out. 1560 hasta okay, you don't want me to try and figure out my Spanish right now, do you? So these cards are from the city of Lyon from around 1570 to 1670. Okay, so okay, the rest of this, if you want, you can read it yourself, hopefully. You want to see the cards, and here are the cards. Now, backs, this is what the back of this deck looks like. This is what the back of this deck looks like. Yeah, a very traditional looking back for Tarot de Marseille or Marsala. So, the Fool. Here we have the Fool, Le Mat, but Le Fool. Yeah, different versions. Look at the purple. The purple is gorgeous. Again, the purple is the main reason that I got this deck. As far as size comparison goes, just if you want to see, yes, it is smaller than a US Games Tarot de Marseille deck. And a US Games Tarot de Marseille deck is just a little bit more narrow than a US Games Rider-Waite-Smith deck, just for your information. So, Le Fol. Here we have Le Batelier, same name. No? Basically the same objects. Here we have purple instead of blue. A beautiful deck. Beautiful, beautiful deck. We have similar decoration at the bottom. And here we have La Papesse. Now, remember that Yoav Ben Dov made these faces look a little bit more pleasant to the modern eye. Yeah, this face is a much more traditional Tarot de Marseille face. But again, look at the purple. I love the purple in this deck. Here we go with the, okay, L'Imperatrice, le is gone, yeah? There's no le, Imperatrice. There's no article on that one. Very white face here. Yeah? The face of La Papesse doesn't seem as white. It is white. It's a very white face. Her hands are white. But perhaps because of the contrast, her face looks much whiter to me. And here we have L'Empereur with the 4 here. Notice the different colors of the leggings. One of them purple. And here we go with Le Pape. Again, look at this face. A very, very interesting face, right? An older designed looking face. But we still got the cross on the hand. Notice this F here. Or what looks like an F here between the two acolytes. And here we have L'Amoureux. We have the blind Cupid, or not, well, the Cupid with the blindfold, I should say. And this odd little thing on the side. It's perhaps supposed to be a wing, but it doesn't really look like a wing. It looks like this hat kind of floating up there in space, doesn't it? Very white faces on the humans. Not Caucasian, white, like dead people white. But notice that their hands are flesh-colored, or Caucasian flesh-colored, I should say. Pink. Okay, here we have Les Chariots. Okay, Chariot, Charrois, NRVT. And the scalloping is different, right? This is a different version, like type 1, type 2 difference, right? Okay, here we go with Justice. Now we have no article on the Justice card here. We have La Justice here, just Justice. And what other differences do I see? Well, purple. And notice this Justice figure has indications of breasts on her. And here we go with the Hermité, l'Hermité. No accent after the le and Hermité, indicating that the words have been joined, the article and the noun. Here we have basically the same Father Time figure for the hermit. Purple. Here we go with La Robe de Fortune, same wording. Same dots in between the words. The figure on top of the wheel is a little bit different, right? A little bit more rustic looking. All of the figures are more rustic looking, aren't they? Okay. Oh, and this little thingy here behind. Whatever that thingy is. There are a lot of thingies in some older Tarot de Marseille, right? Look at this lion, a very different looking lion. But we still got the somewhat lemniscate hat on Force. We have no article on Force, just Force, not La Force. Purple dress, I love the purple dress. I really hope this creator comes out with a full deck. I really, 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 really hope that. Because I love what he has done with this. Yeah? Le pendu. We got the hands coming up and the tongue sticking out in a kind of neener kind of expression on his face. Notice this color between his legs. It looks like he's got a codpiece that's a different color from his leggings. And it's very interesting. These must be his arms, right? So how do you get the shoulders to arms to the hands poking out like that? Very good question for the ages. Okay, so moving on to card 13. Almost the same, yeah? Faces are a little bit similar, different. The coloration on the body parts are a little bit different. We've got a different kind of blousing or skirting on the scythe-holding figure. I'm trying very hard not to say the word death. There, I said it. Moving on to Temperance. Notice her bodice at the top. Yeah, the single extra breast, the single breast on one side. Beautiful. And again, purple everywhere. Purple everywhere. Now, okay, so we have the different kind of devil. So we've got a face in the belly, no genitalia, eyes on the knees, and bells on her toes. So yes, very different types of devil. Correct me if I'm wrong. I sometimes get these confused. This is type 1, type 2, I believe, right? Please tell me I'm right. Okay, so La Maison Dieu, beautiful card. Purple here in the background, love that. The one person looks like he's crawling out, one falling, as usual. I kind of wish there were some purple dots here instead of just the red, gold, and silver, but that's okay. That's just me. Not much purple on this card, hey? Le Trois. Now, the spelling on this is very different, isn't it? Yes, toi. Yes, toi. L'estoire. Very, very different. But we got the ibis, we got the two jars pouring out, one knee on land, 1 foot almost in water. It's all in there. Her hair design is different. Her body shape is very similar, isn't it? And here we go with La Lune. Yeah, we have the front-facing moon instead of the side-facing moon. Yeah, we have got the crustacean, we got the dogs. The dogs are similarly different. What do I mean? These two dogs and these two dogs are similar in their differences. And here we go with Le Soleil. L-E-E-L. L-E-I-L. Different spelling. Purple around their genitalia. Yeah, a sadder looking sun, isn't it? But again, Bendov tried to make the faces look more pleasant to the modern eye. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but I'm sure you've noticed it by now that the background on this is very white. The background on this is a cream color. And here we go with Les Jugements. Les Jugements, les Jugements, le Jugement. What do we want to say? We've got the crinoline, the design around this angel is similar to the design around the hands reaching out in the aces of wands and swords, right? Épée and bâton. Yeah? This pattern here is around the angel, where we've got more of a cloud feel to this one. And here we have Le Monde, a more androgynous looking figure here in the laurel wreath. And instead of having a sash, we've got perhaps leaves covering. We've got a cape, one side green, one side red. Interesting, beautiful. And notice this thing behind the lion's head and behind the bull. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. The halos are much more rustic looking halos. And then we have, oh, okay, and then we have the two of coins. Okay, so here we have fait à Lyon par Nicolas Rolichon. And here we have Conver, 1760, Bendov, 210. Basically the same design, right? Shading is a little different. The coins are a little less colorful, more plain, although the design is very similar. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Have I enticed you? Have you, if you don't have, well, first, let me ask you, do you have a Majors Only deck? This is my first and perhaps only Majors Only deck that I will get. Are you interested in this? If you already have a Majors Only deck, would you be interested in purchasing this? What do you think of this coloration and this redoing of the Rolichon deck? I love it. I absolutely love it. And again, I really, really hope the creator comes out with a full set of 78 cards for this, because I think this is a beautiful piece of work, and I'd love to be able to use it much more freely, like I would use a full 78 deck of cards. And so, friends, let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you found this interesting, and hit the subscribe button and the alarm if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. I've put out at least one video a week. Not all of them are unboxings. And also share this with somebody who you think might be interested in this deck. It's a beautiful deck. It's a beautiful little Majors Only deck. Now I've got to figure out what to do with it. And comment below. I would love to hear from you. And friends, now, as always, I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you. Friends, it just struck me that I didn't show you how well this deck shuffles, or talk about the cardstock. The cardstock is not glossy. It's got that kind of waxy finish that a lot of Tarot de Marseille decks have. It's thin-ish, but it's flexible. And let me show you how it shuffles. And let me draw a card for us. Again, I don't, and I have never worked with a Majors Only deck before. So let's see what happens. First, let me get an intention going before I shuffle. And so what would be a good message for us? What would we benefit from hearing or from considering today as we share time and space together? What would be something that we would benefit from giving our attention to today? Okay, let's go with that. So here we go. I'm not going to do reversals, but so yes, there are only 22 cards here. So shuffling is not so difficult. But with a full deck, shuffling would be very easy. Yeah. These cards are cut a little bit roughly, let me say that. So they're not, they may be machine cut, but they're not machine cut to the point where, oh, I know why. It's because these aces, I think, are not supposed to be shuffled with these other cards. Okay, so note to self, do not shuffle with the aces in the deck, because if you do, they are larger than the rest of the cards. Let's see how it shuffles now. They're just larger. They're just enough larger that they make shuffling, okay, still very similar. Let's see, what's overhand going to be like? Okay, overhand is fine. Overhand works very nicely. They've got flex to them. Yeah, but again, they're not machine cut in the same way that, for example, a US games deck is machine cut with such precision. There's a little bit of variation between the sizes of, in the size of each card, which makes riffle shuffling a little bit awkward, a little bit odd. But overhand works fine. And again, what is a message that we would benefit from hearing or giving attention to today? And let me pull a card for us for today. Cut the deck. And oh, okay. So now there are several ways that I will read this card depending on the question, depending on the layout. This could be more of it could be a darker card or it could be a lighter card. And for us today, I think what I would like to point to is enjoyment or appreciation of the material. Now, today might be a good day for us to appreciate what's around us, what we have around us, to perhaps even take a break from the spiritual for just a moment and appreciate. Okay, truly, there is spirit in everything. I believe that there is spirit in everything. Not individuated spirit, but all of this stuff here is an expression or a manifestation from spirit. So there's spirit here. Do I believe that this card has its very own spirit? No. Do I believe that spirit is infused in this, that the non-physical, that God, the divine, whatever we want to call that, is infused in this card and all of these crystals and this cloth all at once? Of course, yes, yes. And so appreciating that part of our spirituality, the physical portion, the enjoyment of the world around us, I think could be a good thing for us to remember today. And being sure that we're not chained to it. Now, we can appreciate it without being tied to it, being able to also move away from the physical as well. So, friends, again, I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.